Form of birth control marketed as a, quote, surgery-free way to prevent unplanned pregnancy. The makers of Essure say their product is 99% successful. But some local women argue Essure is not only ineffective, it's also dangerous. ABC 40's Emily Volz explains why they want Essure off the market.
No, from the minute I got it, I woke up in excruciating pain. I had heavy bleeding. I couldn't get out of bed for 4 days. And they just kept telling me that it would resolve itself and my body was just getting used to it.
I had scar tissue built up that tethered and pulled and attached my organs all together. So my bladder and my uterus and my abdomen were all kind of attached and had to be cut apart.
It's just been pure hell the past 2 years, really.
For 3 Massachusetts mothers who were finished having kids, Essure seemed too good to be true. An easy in-office procedure where doctors insert small coils into the fallopian tubes, creating scar tissue and permanently preventing pregnancy without a hysterectomy.
I was given a brochure. It just seemed like a vacation package. In a couple hours, you'll be fixed and you won't have to think about this for the rest of your life.
But Palmer resident Jessica LaValle says her experience was quite the opposite.
Less than 24 hours after the insertion, I was back in the hospital, and I was in the hospital for 5 days with an unknown infection.
Over the next 2 years, she says those 2 small coils took over her life. Incredible pain and fatigue, memory loss, blinding pain from migraines, and bloating. So severe, she often looked pregnant. All 3 women say they encountered skepticism from doctors, unsure their symptoms were connected to Essure. It wasn't until they went online and found a Facebook group with thousands of women describing similar symptoms that they finally found some answers.
It's just not me, this one person in Palmer, that has this issue. It's this huge global thing that's happening, and we're just trying to make awareness. That's our goal.
Now famed attorney Erin Brockovich is leading the charge, creating an online petition to get Essure off the market. On her website, many women express concerns about the components of the coils, materials like pet fibers and nickel.
If you do a skin test for nickel, it's not the same as having nickel in your body. And, you know, when your body fluids are touching these things, they change.
Melanie wasn't allergic to nickel when she had her device implanted. Now, 5 years later, she's allergic to metal.
I'm just getting dressed. It's shoes, it's pants, it's clothes, it's everything that touches you. Even to opening the door. Like, I have all the doors open in my house, and I come home and I think about it, like, how am I going to open my front door today? Because that's going to make me itchy for half an hour.
Really?
Yeah. Keys. Like, I was just even paying at a parking garage, and I was waiting for my turn, and I had a quarter in my hand. I'm like, I felt a pain in my neck and my back. I'm like, what is going on now?
We reached out to several local doctors who implant the device. They say they're happy with the product, though they decline to go on camera. But there are hundreds of doctors and patients who have filed adverse event reports with the FDA. For most women, a hysterectomy to remove the coils is the only way to reverse their symptoms. Melanie says she spent at least $20,000 on doctor's visits and surgeries this year alone. But the coils are out of her body, and that's something all 3 women agree is worth every penny.
I just had my partial hysterectomy a month ago, and honestly, I'm starting to feel like me again, and it's been a very long time.
Now, many insurance companies cover the cost of having Essure implanted, but they don't always cover the cost of a follow-up visit, the one where doctors check to make sure the device was implanted properly. Melanie tells us she received a $3,500 bill for her follow-up visit, but obviously some women can't afford that. The makers of Essure say those women aren't following the FDA-approved 5-year instructions for use, so their subsequent side effects, coil perforations, and pregnancies aren't taken into account when the company claims Essure is 99% effective. For ABC 40, I'm Emily Volz.
Now, ABC 40 reached out to the company that makes Essure, Bayer, and asked them to respond to complaints about their product safety. And they tell us, quote, "We are saddened to hear of any serious health condition affecting a patient using one of our products, regardless of the cause. The FDA found that although there is evidence of complications, as there are with all medical devices, overall results from this study did not demonstrate any new safety problems or an increased incident of problems already known," end quote. Now, right now, consumers cannot sue Bayer because Essure is classified as a Class 3 device by the FDA, barring anyone from filing a lawsuit against the manufacturer. As you heard, Erin Brockovich is currently working to rescind the classification with an online petition, which currently has more than 5,000 signatures. The city calls it